Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to cover even more Explorer Notes on Scorched Earth. Last time we finished the surrounding desert area, and today we're going to move inland and cover the notes there. So in this video, although sadly I haven't actually explored the map itself, we're going to basically cover, I'm going to put a map on the screen. The areas around the red obelisk, the kind of mountain that's around the red obelisk, because it's on a mountain, or like surrounded by mountains. You can actually, I can kind of show it here though, but like this mountain that we are at now, and the red obelisk, and sort of the mountain over there as well. That's the mountains that we're going to cover in this video. It's about 10 notes or something. And then we're going to move to other places on the map as well. The first one on our journey is where I'm at right now. Just rough coordinates right here. 62 by 28 is just roughly where we are at. We are at the kind of inside of the mountain. So the desert is on the other side. And this seems, this is one of the tall peaks. If you go to the red obelisk and you look sort of, would that be westwards, you should see this mountaintop. And if you basically go, it's kind of hard to direct you to this one, but as you can see on this mountain right here, if you just kind of follow the end of the mountain right here, this part, just follow it down. If you're hopefully you're using a flyer, this one is hard to get on a land mount anyway. Basically just follow kind of the corner of the mountain right here. You get to this little shelf, which actually has some dinos on it, or creatures. And if you look down from this little shelf right here, you can see how there is an Extinction Chronicles note on the mountainside. We had some of those on the island as well. It's basically a square ruin type thing, just generated on the side of the mountain with a note on it. It is question mark number 8 at 63.3 by 29.3. And for the next note, you want to basically, from this area, if you are here, you can actually go down. This one is easier to get when you're on foot. So as you can see, right next to this note, you can kind of see it from the ground there. Didn't mean to whistle. You can see how there is a little pathway right here. And if you kind of follow this pathway up towards the red obelisk right there, again, if you want just rough coordinates, this is where we are. And you can see how there is like these spiky rock thingies right there. And basically, when you see those, you can see there is a path going between them, but you want to go to the right. If you go to the right from those, you have another sort of spike thing alone here. And if you go past them, you can see that there is an Explorer Note or ruin right here. Pretty easy to spot. It's pretty dangerous here though, so be careful when you're getting this one. 64.9 by 32.6. Next, you want to kind of travel to the red obelisk. Not quite though, you want to travel a bit further north. So now we are in the true interior. Now, on the island, there is a lot of distinctive features, and the island map itself is pretty easy to read, but this one is a bit harder. So I'm sorry if some of these explanations are kind of crap, but at least you'll be seeing where I am by flying around. But this is the red obelisk right here. And as you can see, if you sort of point your eyes sort of towards the blue obelisk from the red one, so if you are here, and you put your eyes towards the blue obelisk, you can see how there is sort of the sandstone thing there when we were flying. You won't really see it from the ground though. But if you basically, from the red obelisk, you want to go kind of north-ish towards this sort of rock, and you can climb it or whatever, then you should see, when you're standing here, you should see the blue obelisk, and towards the blue obelisk, although kind of blocked by this tree, you see this sandstone sort of big thing. right here. And as you can see right next to it, there is a ruin with another note on it. It's an Helena Note, number 23, at 65.9 by 39.6. And then you want to basically travel to the red obelisk, pretty much on it. Just beware of capros and stuff. I'm pretty sure at least, they spawn in the waters here. They used to at least, but anyways. You're in the red obelisk right now. Shouldn't be hard to find. It's big. And this next one is a little bit tricky because it doesn't have a ruin. But basically, from this location, right here, you wanna look towards the same direction as we just headed. So basically look directly north. This is the obelisk, we're on it, and as you can see, if you look that way, you see mountains. If you look, actually you kind of see mountain in every direction, but basically when you look this way, you can see how the water continues for quite a bit, and to what seems to be the source of it, and then you have mountains. On this side, mountains are a bit lower, shorter. These are actually more like rocks than mountains. And you can see how in the water here on the lake, the sandstone little edge sort of forms surrounding it. And if you look towards the very right of it, you don't really see it now, but you want to go to the start of it here on the right side. So again, obelisk behind, look north, and you see this little thing, and go to the right side where it starts, and among these small little like water plants, weeds, you have a Raia Tablet thing. No ruin, just kind of hidden. It's number 30, 70.1 by 39.2. And for the final one, we can also start at the obelisk just to make it easy. Have a starting point. This time though, instead of looking north, you want to look more west. So again, that is south. You can see how you kind of have the source of the water coming there. Why is my game lagging? Okay, but you want to head sort of this way, so that would be west. And you can see how there is kind of a sandstone edge forming there too. Starting at my RG's head and kind of moving towards that. So you want to go to it. Just kind of walk up the side here. And when you're up here, if you just continue walking straight forward, you can very clearly see this very big ruin right here. It is Dahkeya Note number 24 at 72.8 by 36.6. Alright, so for these two next notes, we're now heading north, or no, actually not north, south of the red obelisk. Basically to the very kind of start of the like big desert. So this is where we are right now, and basically this one is pretty easy to find. So we are at the end of the mountain. You can see the red obelisk there, you can see this big mountain, one very tall peak, then you have this sort of ridge thing going on here, then kind of a peak over here. And when you are at the very end of this mountain right here, as you can see where we are, at the very end of the mountain, you can see how it all kind of just drops down. You want to head, I mean, I can show you the coordinates first, just in case you're wondering. If you just head kind of down towards, you can see some sandstone, like this sandstone rock over there. If you just kind of head down from that peak, just basically directly south, or almost directly south, and you head down. Alternatively, if you're on land, you can also just follow this mountain, just follow it. And you eventually come across this pillar, and we have the rock elemental Dossier at 79.5 by 32.3. So the next one, you want to move to this sandstone rock directly south of the red obelisk. This is where we are on the map. And if you look towards the obelisk from this rock, this one is easy. I mean, again, I'm using a bird, so it's a bit difficult on land maybe, but you can still see where I'm going. At least when you're on a bird and you're on top of the sandstone, look towards the obelisk. If you look sort of right, 45 degrees, you can actually kind of see the ruin right there. Sort of some sand going in, forming a little pocket up here in the mountainous area. Or at the start of the mountains, rather. And you can see there's a ruin here with Rockwell number 25 at 80.4 by 39.6. Okay, so for this next one, I'm gonna try and once again guide you as well as I can. So we are right here on the map. It's not quite where the note is, but it's where we're gonna start. And this area brings back a lot of memories, because I built like a base over there in like the start of the canyon, and I also built one at that water source right here, actually. But anyways, so that's the red obelisk, and as you can see, the mountain sort of starts here, or like the end of the mountain is right here. So from the red obelisk, you want to kind of exit the little area that it's in, and then you want to follow the mountains eastwards, like this, and you can kind of see on the map that there's a little sort of pathway leading up the mountains here. So when you get to all of these trees, not that that helps because there's trees everywhere, but when you get here, you will eventually, at these coordinates, see that kind of a road or a little pathway kind of goes into the mountains here. So you want to just follow that. This place is great because it has a lot of metal. But anyways, you want to follow this area. Very dangerous, so be careful. And when you come to this area, you can see there's a little thing going up there. There's a rock column there as well. You can see the ruin, you can hear roars. The path continues up further, but we don't need to worry about that. So when you get to this area, did I say that you had to take... No, there's only one direction going, okay. I kind of forgot. Anyways, when you get to this big open space, up that road, at roughly these coordinates, you can see a very big clear ruin right there, which is in a war. We're gonna try and ignore those, or maybe we can just... just for the silence, I mean. Just, yeah, let's just kill you two. There we go. Yeah, this ruin right here, and as you can see, there's like a little box with a door on it, and there's a Dahkeya Note. Dahkeya Note number 4 at 71.1 by 48. Pardon for all the noise and animal battle thingies. Okay, this one is a little bit tricky to direct you to, but what you want to do is basically head sort of towards the desert. You can actually start in the desert if you want to. So we want to start right here. You can see how the mountain is right here, like very tall peaks and all that. So start at the desert, sort of, yeah, the start of the desert, you could say. The big desert, or whatever. This is where I'm at the map. This is the coordinates. And you can see how at the side of the mountain, it's like a path going up here. So follow that path and kind of hug the left wall. So just kind of go up this way. Right here. And then you see this kind of stone bridge kind of going, or arch going across here. And you want to head left. So you can see how there's a way going up here. You want to head this way. And landed. And there's the note. It's Dahkeya Note number 6 at 78.8 by 49.8. Then we're moving back to this stone arch just as our starting point. You can see the ruin right there. The one we were at. But we're gonna go through this stone arch now, head to the right, and if you look to the right again, you should see the skeleton, which means you're on the right path. So continue going down, try to keep the mountains to your left as much as possible. continue this way, and yeah, just continue, kind of following down with the mountain sort of loosely on your right. And eventually, as you can see right here, it kind of changes from being stone to becoming more like sandstone. And when that's the case, you want to try and get up these. Now, you can, obviously, I mean, the best way would probably be climb up right here. You can kind of climb up and get up on these sandstone things, but for the sake of simple tutorial, make your way up to these sandstone areas, then you know you're in the right area. And then just head, like, on this little platform straight forward, and you should see the ruin right here. And I think the Dahkeya note is on the back here. Not Dahkeya, sorry, Raia, there we go. Number 26 at 75.8 by 54.0. Then we're gonna head back to the skeleton, and we're gonna use this as our final marker, or starting point, right here. So just kind of similarly to the last note where we followed it to the left. This time we're going to use this just as a starting point, and we're actually going to head more right. We're going to head this way. So try to aim for the mountains you see over there. Just kind of simply go this direction. As simple as that. Just head this direction towards those mountains right there. And you should eventually come to this sort of sandstone cliff kind of thing. Just roughly where we are. If you head down, and then you head down another level, it's kind of at the edge of this sandstone thing. A ruin with a Dahkeya note, number 27, at 78.4 by 55.5. And that was the final note for today. Covered that entire area right there. So next time we're gonna... I'm not quite sure, actually. Kind of make it up as I go along. I'm gonna cover somewhere, that's for sure, though. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you could take the time to subscribe and like the video, and maybe leave a comment, then I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys very shortly. Goodbye.